Adobe has acquired Allegorithm, the French company behind the Substance 3D material and texture creation toolkit that's used by a wide variety of game studios, including heavy hitters like Activision, Ubisoft, and Naughty Dog. The popular toolset has been used to create games like Uncharted 4, Horizon Zero Dawn, Watch Dogs 2, Prey, and Forza Horizon 3, and Adobe says it wants to continue empowering game makers, VFX artists, designers, and marketers following the purchase. The company plans to do that by bringing some of Allegorithm's tools to the Adobe Creative Cloud, and intends to bolster the service with expanded 3D and immersive workflows to provide its core customer base of designers with a new set of tools for 3D projects. Adobe claims its track record of successfully integrating acquisitions will help accelerate Allegorithm's product roadmap, and explained its long-term goal is to bring the full power of Allegorithmic technology and Adobe Creative Cloud together. The deal will see Allegorithmic CEO and founder, Sebastian Decky, move over to Adobe as the company's new vice president of 3D and immersive. We are seeing an increasing appetite from customers to leverage 3D technology across media, entertainment, retail, and marketing to design and deliver fully immersive experiences, commented Scott Belsky, Chief Product Officer and Executive Vice President at Creative Cloud. Creative Cloud is the creativity platform for all and Substance. Products are a natural complement to existing Creative Cloud apps that are used in the creation of immersive content, including Photoshop, Dimension, After Effects, and Project Arrow. Those interested in the acquisition can find out more over on the Adobe blog. Over the weekend, Valve published a blog detailing the top controller-friendly games on Steam for 2018, and the analysis includes data to help players find games they might enjoy most with the kind of controller they own. This guide could be useful for developers interested in seeing what real game was most compatible for different controllers, including the PlayStation, X, Nintendo Switch Pro, and Steam controllers. For every controller, each guide is broken down into 3 sections: most popular, most unique, and local multiplayer. Each section starts off by highlighting the 50 games most popular with that controller, with Valve looking at the number of minutes played in each game with each type of controller. After doing some more math, Valve generated a list of generally popular games that also have good controller support for each kind of controller. Interestingly enough, many of the most popular games show up has played a lot with all controller types. The most unique games by controller provide some pretty interesting info in regards to what types of games players gravitated to the most. For example, PlayStation controllers were the choice for fighting games, with Soul Calibur 6, BlazBlue, Cross Tag Battle and Street Fighter V making the list. X-controller owners seem to prefer open-world games, with titles like Just Cause 3, Saints Row 4, Skyrim and Mafia 3 among the list of games that are most unique to the device. As explained in the blog, Valve speculates that the preferences point to both a difference in demographics between owners of the respective controllers, and a differing level of support for specific controllers between games. Interested developers can check out the lists here. Good news, everyone! Game Developers Conference 2019 organizers are excited to announce that one of the creators of the original Lemmings is coming to the March event to present a unique look at the making of this classic game. In this installment of the classic post-mortem series, Lemming co-creator Mike Daly we'll discuss the creation of the seminal dynamic design puzzle platform game, starring those allegedly suicidal rodents, which debuted on Amiga in 1991 and subsequently appeared on a multitude of other platforms, covering both the original title and also its immediate expansions and sequels, including Lemmings 2 and 3. Daily will look at the genesis of the idea, the refining of the gameplay, and just how the clever game developed into a smash hit for the company and its publisher Psygnosis. As always, this classic game post-mortem will be an hour-long session, so we figured you might appreciate the heads-up so you can keep this exciting talk on your radar. In the months ahead, conference officials look forward to announcing many more DD 2019 sessions, spanning a diverse array of game industry issues. Bring your team to DD, register a group of 10 or more and save 10% on conference passes. Learn more for more details on GDC 2019 visit the show's official website. Or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, or Gamasutra and DD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. The 2019 Game Developers Conference will feature an exhibition called GDCDEDICATEDTOGAMES that uses alternative control schemes and interactions. Gamasutra will be talking to the developers of each of the games that have been selected for the showcase. The book returns players exploring loss and grief through taking a book and defacing it. In a sense, players have to customize the book with their artwork and feelings, transcribing thoughts or altering the text to make it their own. Then, they must feed pages of their book through the shredder, actively destroying something they have loaded with their own importance. Gamasutra spoke with Alistair Richardson, developer of the book original, to talk about the emotional impact of destroying a book, and how this act can help players think on loss in a safe environment. I am Alistair Richardson, and I am the sole developer behind the book original. I did the programming, built the hardware, wrote the dialogue and did the artwork and animations. The book ritual is a narrative game played using a real book and the real shredder. Your book becomes a character talking to you through the screen. It has a story to tell. But if once you know your own story too, it asks you to write in its pages, and deface it in creative ways to reflect your feelings. The book also needs you to tear out its pages and put them through a shredder. This is where the custom hardware comes in. The shredder is attached to the computer by a United States cable and detects when paper's going through it. So, you actually need to shred pages in order to progress. The shredder itself is dressed up as a character with big cartoon eyes and teeth. Because the subject matter is quite melancholic, I want the player to feel welcomed in by something innocent, childlike and friendly. Questions about loss and regret had been on my mind. I wanted to capture these questions in my creative work, because when I talked about them, I could not get to the heart of what was troubling me. A lot of my previous games have used physical interaction, physical props, and physical performance. I do not control a comedy show, for example, and physicality has become quite a natural way for me to tackle creative ideas. I wanted to see if I could use these same methods to explore a more emotional subject that I struggled to capture otherwise. Tearing up a book asks the player to act out the process of damaging something permanently. They see their book gradually decay, and are responsible for making those irreversible changes. As they are actively destroying the book, and seeing the changes they have made, they can reflect on how they feel about that in the here and now. Having made several alternative controller games in the past, Idea noticed that distraction was ever present, but it was always something I avoided. Idea worked so hard to make my creations more resilient. Duty. In never been in a situation where distraction was the point of the controller. This time I wanted my work to talk about how nothing lasts forever. Why not explore what it means for a creation to be impermanent?